All over the world, it feels like someone pressed a hidden chaos button. Rivers turn scarlet, spirals of pollen and mosquitoes twist in the sky, and cameras capture things that do not fit in our heads, from exploding Yellowstone pools to a cube over Prague. Today on TopFacts, we will assemble these impossible fragments of reality into one puzzle. Enjoy watching. The girl and the reality glitch. During an evening at a restaurant, a girl was laughing with her friends, and then something strange happened. Right in the middle of her laughter, she froze, mouth slightly open, gaze fixed, body as if put on pause. Her friends at first did not even notice. The conversation went on, and she seemed cut out of the frame. A few seconds later, click, and everything was as if nothing had happened. Do you feel that chill? What was that, you want to ask? The camera? A rare neuro effect? Or did reality glitch for a moment? The sky broke. A fragmentary moment about which viewers simply said, "The sky broke." The cloud slab in the frame looked as if it had been carefully cut. One side with swirls and dense texture, the other almost empty. Sunlight added shadows, reinforcing the feeling that above our heads there were not one sky, but two mismatched layers. An illusion? Another optical trick of nature? Possibly. But admit it, when you see this live, diagrams and explanations step aside. A creepy transformation. No words. What is it? In the video, it looks like an alien crawling out of a spider's body. But this is not a monster. It is a parasite, dangerous even to us. A person poisoned the spider with insecticide, and seconds later, a long, thin worm emerged from inside. This is a horsehair worm. It gets inside when a spider eats the parasite's eggs or prey that contains those eggs. The larvae hatch and feed on the host from within. Sounds like a nightmare. Perhaps, yes. And it seems we might need another can of spray. The predator deer. Are you eating a snake? The camera operator cannot believe. Before him is a scene that flips the usual picture of the world. The deer, considered herbivorous, eats a snake. Whether it hunted or found the prey is unclear, but the very fact is unnerving. How to explain it? And do we need to at all? Sometimes nature simply breaks our labels and forces us to fall silent. Mythic sky in India. Lightning tore the dark sky, and the flash revealed a pattern that reminded many of the figure of the deity Shiva in the lotus pose. Believers spoke of an apparition, skeptics of a random composition. In another clip, devotees insisted they saw the outlines of Lord Krishna in the clouds. The sudden shape resembled a familiar statue. Chance or a sign? You decide. Apocalypse Now in Los Angeles. Quite recently in Los Angeles, the sky staged a truly otherworldly show. A crimson sun flooded the city with blood-red light. The atmosphere seemed to switch a filter. Everything around turned magenta. For LA residents, this looked completely unnatural. Never have I seen anything like this, locals admitted. The video instantly spread across the web, and the episode became shrouded in apocalyptic interpretations. But to this day, there is no definite explanation. The strange, frighteningly beautiful picture remained a natural anomaly and a mystery. The unstable Yellowstone pool. On May 31st, 2025, at Biscuit Basin near the Black Diamond Pool Thermal Spring, a hydrothermal explosion occurred. Water and debris roared upward hundreds of feet, and a tourist managed to film the moment on a phone. What made people especially nervous was that exactly a year earlier, On July 23rd, in the same place, a larger explosion happened. The boardwalk was damaged and had to be reinforced. Such events occur when water trapped underground instantly flashes to steam and releases energy. This time, the scale was smaller, but the mere fact of repetition at a single point made many wonder, is Biscuit Basin becoming more unstable than we thought? I had just raised my phone, started filming, and within seconds, it all blew. Rocks flew into the sky, an eyewitness recalls. And now guess, how many more such surprises does the park hide under tourists' feet? The frog pandemic. In Australia, green tree frogs devised an unusual winter survival tactic. They sometimes hide in toilets, warmer there and safer from predators. "Oh my God," laughs the video's author, Kimberly. According to her, one woman was going to treat the amphibians with bleach, and Kimberly decided to save them. She relocated them where no danger threatened. In the end, the frogs left back into the wild on their own. Yes, it looks unusual and gives you goosebumps, but for them, this is a normal strategy. "In total, I saved 37, she says. Of course, they were afraid. The nightmare room. The entire bathroom is packed with lizards to the brim, and in the shot, the ceiling also collapses. Where did so many come from? In the comments, they argued, does the owner breed reptiles? Or did it simply get colder and they gathered where it is warm? But how to explain that so many little creatures chose one point, and all at once? An earthly phenomenon in southern Taiwan. The south of Taiwan woke to dull rumbles. The Van Den mud volcano came alive again. At dawn on June 26, 2025, right in the middle of fields near the Huangyuan Temple, fissures opened and thick boiling mud together with methane gas gushed out. It began after 5 in the morning and did not stop until late afternoon. Almost 11 hours of continuous flow. 4 vents opened at once and the mud went along the ditches. The village head even had to call in an excavator to redirect the flow and avoid damage. And this is far from the first awakening. In just 3 years, the dome breathed 10 times, the last episode in July 2024. Locals are so used to it that sometimes they ignite methane at the outlets. The footage was shot by the temple caretaker. The yellow building is clearly visible in the background. A strange spectacle. Sea cockroaches in Ha Long Bay. On June 27, 2025, in Ha Long Bay, Vietnam. A video captured a shore that seemed to come alive. Thousands, if not millions, of literal isopods, the so-called sea cockroaches, though in fact they are terrestrial crustaceans, overran the pier and areas by the water. It appeared as if the soil itself was moving, and the territory darkened because of the density of the massing. After the storm, the operator returned. The carpet was already dispersing. The little crustaceans were going under the sand. The strangest part is that they usually cling to rocks and rarely appear so close to the port, and certainly not in such mass emergencies. Where's the line between, well, the storm drove them, and a true event of nature? Split snowfall. In this clip, snow pours down in a wall, but only on one side of a bridge. On the other, silence, not a single flake. As if an invisible boundary split the weather in half. Here, winter, there, clear sky. The sharp dividing line creates an unreal effect, more like a graphics glitch than nature. Would you believe your own eyes? Mysterious footage from a farm, Iowa, 1:33 at night. A surveillance camera films a field, and suddenly something invisible seems to collapse at the center. A circular impact arises, A wave spreads. The crop instantly lies down and in places disappears. Around it is flattened and spoiled. Yet nothing falls in the frame, and there is no object at the epicenter. The farm owner, Stuart Turner, admits, "I have never seen anything like it." Hence the theories. Could this be a rare case of crop circles forming right before our eyes? A strange vortex, China. In several videos, enormous spirals of something frighteningly incomprehensible swirl over the trees. The look is straight out of an end-of-the-world movie. Everyone waited for an admission of, it's a UFO, or at least some cataclysm. But later, it turned out, pollen is rising from the trees. Even specialists were surprised by the shape. Such pollen tornadoes had been almost unrecorded before. And now imagine how many more such tricks nature has that we do not suspect. The disappearing pelican Destin, Florida. A pelican stands on the shore, seemingly an ordinary scene. But look closely. Parts of the body seem to show through, as if feathers dissolve into the air. The longer you look, the stronger the feeling of a reality glitch, like a graphic error in a game. No explanation was found. Neither a camera defect nor a known effect fit perfectly. What was it? A whim of technology or a strange trick of nature? A creepy funnel of mosquitoes. Unknown location. A tall column rotates in the sky, resembling a tornado, only inside is not wind and debris, but a living swarm of mosquitoes. The column is so dense that in places it blocks the view, coiling like smoke. People dubbed it a mosquito tornado, a sight you will not forget. And you know what? It got even harsher in Russia. A vortex over Kamchatka, the Kamchatka Peninsula. The sky unexpectedly darkened, and not because of clouds, because of mosquitoes. Locals filmed spiral columns so dense that it seemed they obscured the sun. The vortices quickly moved along the coast, twisting into tornado-like figures. Living nearby was unbearable. You could not go outside. You would be covered by a living wall. It continued for 2 days. One of these columns was filmed at sunset, and then it dissolved. Experts linked the phenomenon to the mosquito mating season. But when you stand under a heavenly cord of millions of insects, the scientific explanation is small comfort. You feel like a hero of the apocalypse. The mysterious object over Prague. Prague. In the sky, a huge white cube slowly rotates. Mirror-like faces catch the daylight. It hangs for almost 5 minutes, stable as if glued, and then vanishes without a trace. Dozens of eyewitnesses film it from different points, struck by the scale. Skeptics say, a drone? A military development? The mystery supporters retort, no known device behaves like that. And the question remains, what was it? Climate glitch. A man's home recording looks even more absurd. The front part, summer, sunny, warm. Walk to the backyard, and the season has been swapped. Snow is pouring down, 2 times of year in one house. The contrast is so unreal that viewers were stuck between, I don't believe it, and what if? As if the house stands on the border of 2 worlds. Would you check where exactly that line passes? The cat mystery. A cat stands in the road, as if rooted. At first it seems it is lying in wait, but people pass nearby, and it does not move a whisker. The gaze is straight ahead, the body like a statue. Curious onlookers try to figure out whether something is wrong, but no cause is visible. And the longer this silent pause drags on, the more troubling the footage becomes. different realities, Canada, Ottawa. Inside a cozy house, they film an unusual phenomenon. The camera looks into a mirror. There outside the window, snow is falling thickly. The lens turns to the actual window, not a single flake. Everyone in the room is stunned. How is that possible? Someone in the comments suggested, it is the shooting angle. But then why is the reflection of the person visible exactly as it should be? And how to explain the shared astonishment of the witnesses in the room? The puzzle of the twin ring. TikToker Laura Rawlings was doing a deep clean in the bathroom and found an exact copy of the ring that was already on her finger. According to her, she lives alone, has no partner. There was no one to gift a second copy. The ring she found looked dusty, as if it had lain there for a long time. The internet argues, maybe someone lost the original and then made a new one. But the author insists that does not match the facts of her life. Then what was it? A swap? A matrix glitch? What do you think? The strange night, sky of Chicago, nighttime. The moon behaves unusually. It seems to float in jerks, as if the picture were stuttering frame by frame. No clouds, no planes, nothing that could break the view. The web split. Is the camera glitching? A rare optical effect? Or did someone actually capture a tear in reality itself? Gravity glitch. Unknown place. A single leaf hangs in the air. No twig, no threads, just hovering. This is something incredible, look, a woman behind the camera says, gently takes it in her hand. Let's go. And it remains floating again as if gravity took a day off. No visible tricks, no strings. An illusion, a sleight of hand, or a tiny crack in the laws of the world. A frightening synchrony. During a school performance, a group of kids moved so perfectly in sync that the audience froze. Every step, every gesture, in the same split second, as if an invisible command controlled them. On replay, it looks almost unnatural, as if reality copied and pasted the same movement into several people. You would think it is a cool routine, yet goosebumps run over your skin like a matrix glitch. A strange aerial creature over Minsk, a clear day. Something resembling a giant squid floats in the sky. A dark, softly changing form slowly drifts over the city, moving with ominous plasticity, as if a sea creature had chosen the heavens. What was it? An aerostat? Trash caught by air currents? Unclear. But the footage remains among the most unusual ever shot over the city. A sand waterfall. Before you is not a magical waterfall, but a sand cascade. The footage was shot in Saudi Arabia in 2021. This is not pure sand. There is water in the flow. Years of runoff carved a canyon, and when the river found its path again, it dragged along a mass of sand, creating this rare, mesmerizing sandfall. The Well of Demons. A man in a deserted desert stumbled upon a well. Sounds were heard from inside. He removed the cover, and screams were heard, so chilling that your blood runs cold. The music swells. It became even more unsettling when similar sounds were recorded by the Euphrates. The theories spread. These are the wails of demons from hell, a sign of the end times. Whatever it is, these screams are terrifying to the bone. Hair standing on end. Tourists in the Kumtag Desert encountered a phenomenon from the "You Will Not Believe It Until You See It" series. As soon as the group climbed to the top of a dune, their hair stood on end, and a strange crackle was heard around, as if from static electricity. The cause is the electric charge in the clouds above them. But whatever science says, the picture is mystical. Do you agree? The mysterious pattern, an alien riddle that is still debated. In 1990, on the dried lakebed in the Oregon desert, geometric patterns began to appear. Everyone had goosebumps. This does not fit in the mind, eyewitnesses recalled. Conspiracy theorists insisted the work of aliens. The military, who were the first to notice the drawing, admitted they themselves were puzzled. No tire tracks, no footprints. Who and how did this? There is no answer to this day. If you see this in the water, leave immediately. This is a huge school of sardines, darting near the beach. Many throw themselves onto the shore. Why is it dangerous? The fish are fleeing a predator. Sardines always stay together, and if the school comes close to swimmers, almost certainly a shark is hunting nearby. So, keep your ears pricked. The music thickens the anxiety. A photographer in a loop. A noisy street. A bus passenger notices behind a parked car a woman with a camera. She is shooting, nothing unusual, until you realize the pose does not change. Time after time, she raises the device with the same motion, presses, and again, like a stuck recording. Cars around drive by, people walk, and she stays in the same stance, repeating the moment over and over. Hey, is this a replay? You want to shout, but it was a real day, a real street. The invisible mirror. On a bus, a girl takes out lipstick and starts putting on makeup. At first, everything is ordinary, until you notice the main thing. She looks into emptiness. No mirror, no reflection. And yet her movements are precise, confident, as if there is a pane of glass seen only by her. Stranger still, she repeats exactly the same gestures, as if stuck on one fragment of time. To others, it looked less like makeup and more like a neat glitch in the frame. Did it seem that way to you too? The Colored River. On February 4th, 2025, in Lima, Peru, something ominous was caught on camera. The Rimac River, one of the country's most important water sources, suddenly turned frighteningly red. From above, it seemed as if someone had dyed a wide ribbon of water, and the crimson flow cut through the city center. People crowded on bridges, staring down in disbelief. Some whispered about a curse, others about a bad omen. The video spread rapidly online. The entire river looked like a blood vessel. Environmental scientist Maria Angelica Villisante tried to cool the panic. Most likely the cause was polluting discharges. More than 30 mines and hundreds of drainage pipes empty into the Rimac. The industrial mix could well have repainted the water. But here's what truly alarmed people. Even as specialists pointed to possible mining effluents, officials assured locals the water is drinkable, it is safe. A bold statement, is it not? After an entire river turned scarlet before their eyes, not everyone believed it. Would you risk it? A forest anomaly. On August 21st, 2025, something out of the ordinary happened in China. Deep in a forest, they discovered millions of silkworms. Not only the scale was frightening, the very fact that they were in the wild. Silkworms are usually raised on farms in Southeast Asian countries, including China, and to find them free, and in such numbers, does not happen. A local resident filmed what was happening and sent the materials to the China Wildlife Conservation Association. They threw up their hands. An explanation for why this happened has not yet been found. And what do you think? Is it a coincidence or someone's trace? On November 11th, 2024, The quiet town of San Jose de Mulatos in the department of Nayaco, Colombia, was shaken by a sudden eruption of a mud volcano. A geyser considered inactive suddenly came alive. Columns of liquid mud burst upward with such force that, by estimates, masses measured in thousands of tons per second were ejected. Within minutes, viscous waves spread over the surroundings, covering almost 24 acres. Families were urgently evacuated to a nearby school, and humanitarian aid was brought there as well. For residents, this was unheard of. The geyser was listed as dormant, and such a flare-up caught everyone by surprise. What triggered the chain reaction? No one understands yet. That is all for today, friends. If you enjoyed the episode and want to see something similar, or perhaps the next part, then leave comments, tell your stories, and subscribe to the TopFacts channel. And right now, watch our previous top episodes that have already appeared on your screen.